Alright everyone, now we are going to look at the goalies and free agency, where these guys are going to go, my predictions before tomorrow and next couple of days, where these guys will go. Here are my thoughts. Let's get into it. If any of these look weird, let me explain it to you and let's get right into it. So, let's start off with Hendrick Lundqvist, a former Ranger, 15 seasons with the Rangers. What a fantastic goaltender he was. Unfortunately, he was outplayed by Shesterkin and Georgiev, two young, fantastic goaltenders. Wasn't outplayed in the qualifying round, really. He played really solid. Pretty solid in the qualifying round, knowing that he only played 2 games. The third one, they got swept. Shesterkin played that game against the Hurricanes. So, you have Shesterkin, you have Georgiev, 2 young goalies, and Lundqvist found himself to be bought out and sent out of town from his $8.5 million contract, bought out. But I had the Capitals. Yes, the Capitals going for Hendrick Lundqvist. I guess there's been rumors about him going to the Capitals. Washington C sounds sort of different, totally different team. But I really feel like he'll be signing with the Capitals. He'll be a great player with Ilya Samsonov, mentor for him, a good young player, and he could be solid for him, which probably means that Hope's not coming back, right? So, speaking about Hopi, we'll get into him for a second, but Lundqvist, maybe $2 million contract, would be a good $2.5 million for a year. See if he can win the Stanley Cup next year. They still have a pretty solid team. They have Ovechkin, they have Carlson, they have Kuznetsov, they have Backstrom. They got the team, and maybe he thinks this is the team to help him win the Stanley Cup. Who knows? We'll see. Really see. Anything he would love to stay with the Rangers, but he couldn't, right? So, speaking about Hopi, like we said, I have gone to the Buffalo Sabres. Now, before I say anything more than this, Buffalo Sabres need to watch out how much money they give him and his term. Like everyone else, but especially Brennan Hopi. He's 30 years old, had a down season again. He's not the best. He has his good times and his bad times. And wasn't the best in the playoffs and during the season last year. Didn't help that Samsonov was in the bubble, If he was there, he would be playing the playoffs and round robin tournament, which they weren't really the best. And so, Hope we'll see how he does. I wonder how much that Sabres would probably give him, or any team would give him. Maybe, I can't see more than 6.1. I see less. 5 million, 4.5, I could see for him, because, you look at 6.1 he's making right now, what he just made, and you think about it, and it's kind of like, you can't get more than that, because why would you? And probably less because he had a down season, but I also think he won the Stanley Cup in 2018. That's what kind of you think back and forth about, like, oh boy. Okay, I have the St. Louis Blues going for Corey Crawford. Oh my goodness, sorry. Too many Corys to think about. Corey Schneider. Now, Corey Schneider just today has been bought out by the New Jersey Devils. I know he hasn't been the best. No, he hasn't been the best with the Devils last couple of years. There were some seasons he had fantastic seasons when he was the best player on the team and everyone else wasn't. And everyone else on the team is better than him. So look at that. Things change. But Schneider just be the backup goaltender to Jordan Binnington. Could be an interesting option for the Blues. A cheap option too, if they're able to keep Pietrangelo or sign a free agent like Krug or someone. Schneider won't be $4 million. He'll be more like, or $6 million, like he was making. So maybe like $1 million you can make, or a little less than that. Would be a solid option for him, and he still wants to play. So maybe he'll sign in a backup role like the Blues. Good situation, wouldn't you say? Okay, I have the Corey Crawford signing with the Colorado Avalanche. That means Rubel or Francouz are out the door then, if one of these guys, if he comes in. Now, we found out today that Corey Crawford will not be signing with his long-term well, his team he's been with for a long time, and that's the Blackhawks, winning 2 Stanley Cups with them through his career. So, new team for him. I feel like the Colorado Avalanche would be a perfect spot for him. 2021 Stanley Cup champion. Who knows? We'll see about that. But he would be a great player. Adding him to the lineup. A guy who's been a winning goaltender. I know he had concussion problems. He's kind of over that now. He's been healthy now. So I know he's 35. We'll see how that goes. Maybe a 2-year contract. So we'll see. I have Craig Anderson backing up Vasher Demko. Now this is an interesting one. Some of the wild picks I put here, but I'm like, I think about it, I'm like, I think it's a good solid pick, right? Craig Anderson, I have him coming in. It won't be expensive, be a cheap deal, and this means that Jacob Markstrom will be moving on from the Canucks then. You still have a chance to sign with the Canucks, yes, but I have him moving on from the Canucks and then picking Craig Anderson. Cheap deal. A guy who has the experience and can be a backup to Vasher Demko, who was really solid against Vegas. Very solid. So, I don't know. Could be a solid backup. I have Jimmy Howard going to the Pittsburgh Penguins, and he can be backing up Tristan Jarry. That could be interesting because Howard had absolute miserable season with the Pittsburgh Penguins. With the Detroit Red Wings. Absolute miserable ending his season. It was just, I felt bad for him. So now he won't be signing with the Red Wings. He'll be signing with a new team. He wants to still play. So I have him going to the Penguins. I think it'll be a much needed option, knowing that they just traded Matt Murray to the Ottawa Senators for a second in the pick. So looking at that, I think Howard would be a good, maybe a backup goaltender for them with Tristan Jarry. Now, one thing the Oilers do need is a solid goaltender. But Markstrom's going to want money, but they could use him. This is the guy you need. Maybe that's why they're foregoing Anthony Seal right now to pursue Jacob Markstrom. The Battle of Alberta. Where does Markstrom go? Flames, Oilers, back to Canucks. Who knows? But Oilers and Flames, I think they're going to battle this one out as much as they can. But I had the Oilers picking him. Markstrom, give him it. Give him some time, give him some money. It might be a little annoying if you do, but this guy could be that goaltender that the Oilers much needs. They need a goalie like this. They need to bring him in. He's 30 years old, I know, but they could use a guy like this. Moving on to the Calgary Flames, since they lost to this deal in my prediction, then that means Thomas Greiss. Not too bad of getting Thomas Greiss and having Riddick. Greiss is going to be a similar player to like Talbot, what he was last year. Greiss plays a great tandem. He played with Varlamov, he played with Leno, he's played with Fleury before when he was in Pittsburgh. He's a good, solid backup tandem. You need him to take over, he can. So he could be that guy for the Flames. I really would like that. I have the Minnesota Wild picking Cam Talbot. Now the Wild are looking for a goaltender. They traded away Dubnyk to the Sharks. Now they need a goaltender. Is that can be Cam Talbot? That could be a potential fit for him. They're changing so many things up in Minnesota, and bringing Cam Talbot and Stalock could be the goaltending pairing. Very interesting. Or does Minnesota not go for a goalie in this free agency and say Kaapo Kähkönen and Alex Stalock? That's another possibility. There you go. I have Ryan Miller staying with the Anaheim Ducks for another season. I like Ryan Miller. He's been a solid goaltender. I really do. And to his age right now, he's still been so solid. I always like Ryan Miller. I would ideally like to see him go back to the Canucks for a year. I would really like that. So please, if that's possible. I know I like my Ducks. Fourth favorite team. Third is Canucks. I really like to see him go back to the Canucks too. I have Aaron Dell going to the Detroit Red Wings. I was thinking, where should Aaron Dell go? And I thought, Detroit. I don't know why, but Detroit and Aaron Dell just fits perfectly. Having Bernier and Dell in there, I think that would just work out perfectly, right? I don't know, I just feel like it'd be a good fit. And then Mike Smith kind of just signing a cheap deal with the Panthers. Why? I don't know. I couldn't pick a team for him to go to. It's probably bad. This is like the worst one I just came up with. Is Mike Smith going to the Panthers? Because just Draco there played better than Bobrovsky, so, and you have Sam Mountainbill, so I don't know. Maybe not on the Panthers. I don't know. I couldn't pick a team. I really couldn't. I couldn't figure out what team to put there. Oh, got one. Silly me there. I had the Blackhawks picking Mike Smith. I just thought, I'm like, ooh, they need a goalie, don't they? They don't have any goalies right now. Literally. Like, literally, they have no NHL goalies right now. Crawford's not coming back. Malcolm Subban's an RFA, UFA, I guess now. Who knows? The goaltending's up in the air now, so. How about Mike Smith? Good veteran goaltender, play some time. Okay, here we go. This is my thoughts about it. Let me know, comments below what you think. Like the video, do the bell, comment, share. And actually, did I miss over Hudobin? I feel like I did. I think I did, yes. Let's go back to Hudobin. He's going to want a lot of money. I know he's like, we can't fit Hudobin. But I think he's going to come back, swing around, come back to the Dallas Stars. Or maybe Hudobin goes to the Red Wings. Interesting. How about the Canucks? Interesting. Those spots. But I'm going to have him go back to the Stars. Thank you very much for watching. Any Chalk News Sports, like the video, hit the bell, comment, share. Let's hit 400 subs. Thanks for watching. Free agency tomorrow. Enjoy. Have a nice day. Goodbye.